This is a place about unionism and the pride of being in a union and the pride of standing up publicly for working people at a time, whether unionized or not, working people are taking the brunt of abuse in a lot of places. This union stands with their union brothers and sisters. We stand with you. Our conference will not move away from our commitment to the unions and organizing and the rights of collective bargaining. It was because of being on the same page that we were finally able to get this first step in Tier 6 reform done. It was because Melinda and all the other unions stayed together and came up with an ask that we could push over the finish line. With the leadership of Senator Robert Jackson, we're so grateful that we could get this Tier 6 reform done. We're not done. There's more to be done on Tier 6, but this is the beginning. Thank you so much for that. So next on our platform for the next very short few weeks we're in Albany is getting this APPR bill done and over the finish line and restoring negotiations to decide how teachers are evaluated. Credit to, again, this union for creating a consensus plan. I always say, anyone who gets 10 groups to agree in Albany deserves a prize. Melinda gets that prize. She got 10 groups to agree. Now we have a unified bill. It's moved through my committee. It's going to the floor of the Senate. It's moving through the Assembly next week. We are going to get this done, and we are going to change the way teachers are evaluated in New York State. People outside of this room do not realize how much you have done to help our kids come back, but we saw it firsthand. Schools identified families in need before the child got in trouble, before the school had to go down a path that nobody wants to go down, but they reached out to the family early. We saw schools where teachers and administrators created food, clothing, and supplies for families in need long before anyone else had identified them. Schools in partnership with community-based organizations. So much more than schools had ever done. You deserve so much credit for that, but we have to make sure that the bigger world realizes that schools, which they cannot do everything, but have stepped in to do so much more than reading, writing, and arithmetic, which some of my old school colleagues think is a function of schools. Schools have changed, you have changed, and for that, we who represent these families are so grateful to you for your leadership in recognizing the challenges that our kids have felt. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have done for these families and children. They belong to all of us. They are our kids, no matter where they live.